correct? So how is a transaction complete whenever you're talking about a transaction being in. I see the attendance increasing. Let's just wait for a couple of more minutes. All right, we will start off. Let the others slowly join in. So how do you feel the session was in the morning? You felt something new to understand, something complex? Kunal, I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir, your voice is totally clear, sir.
Fantastic. Okay, right. So I hope there is something new for you to learn each and every session. Yes, that is absolutely. Yeah. So I hope you are really enjoying the sessions and your learning is also improving, right? So session by session, we will be trying to understand more and more of SAP. Clear? See, now even the theory is getting interesting. You agree with me? Even the theory is getting a lot more interesting. And believe me, when we get into the other aspects of SAP, you will see the subject getting absolutely thrilling. All right. The sheer how very beautifully the product is built and what it cannot achieve, what it cannot do. That is actually what SAP cannot do. That is the toughest question what any person can answer. Why? Because SAP has a solution for every business problem, every business issue. SAP does have a solution. But where is this available? How is this available? It is available with the consultant, and how he should be equipped with lots and lots of knowledge, lots and lots of hands-on on the SAP system, facing the issues day in and day out. As I said, each project is a challenge, and each day in a project also is absolutely very exciting. Lots and lots of things to learn. Here, let me just take up a few more comments. Good to know that you people are enjoying the sessions. Nice to know. Right. So going ahead with the sessions. In the morning, we try to understand what is a document, what is a document type, what is the concept of posting keys, why are they used in SAP. Clear? We stop there. OK, if somebody wants to have anyway, we definitely are going to see this at some point in time or the other. So there is again some time which is going to be spent on understanding these concepts. So you don't have to worry, right? You don't have to worry that, OK, I didn't understand what to do. Absolutely no problems. OK, so at least now you would have got a fair idea as to what is it that SAP has. And moreover, as far as our subject is concerned, what is a document? What is a document type? What do you mean by a document? What are posting keys? So this is all what we touched as regards in the morning session. Okay. So now let's get back to the content. This is where we stopped. Right. So you need only 2 posting keys. Correct. So how is a transaction complete whenever you're talking about a transaction being entered, even in your forget SAP, you need to have 1 debit and a credit to complete a transaction in SAP, at least 1 debit and at least 1 credit. Right. So you are already aware of this 40 and 50. As far as a simple journal voucher is concerned, you debit a general ledger account using the posting key 40 and you credit the general ledger account using the posting key 50. Now you see so many numbers, 80, 90, 81, 91. One question, do you have to remember all this? Absolutely no. See, you do not have to remember the document types. SAP is automatically picking up based on the type of transaction what you want to enter into the SAP system. Same thing happens with that with the posting key also. You do not have to put in lots of efforts to remember the posting keys. SAP picks up automatically, and in case you have to remember certain posting keys, it could be hardly 1 or 2, not more than that. Out of the big set of the posting keys, all you may have to remember is maybe say not more than 5 posting keys, not more than 5. See, as far as the finance is concerned, 40, 50. OK, assets 70, 75. Yeah, so these are the things what you need to, of course, I would not say remember. SAP would pick up on its own. Okay, you don't have to worry. So you don't have to think that, oh, I have to remember so many numbers. Absolutely no, nothing. Financial statement version. What is this financial statement version? As we already said, basically your finance is to generate the reports for external reporting. So how does the consultant develop the reports? Of course, you have standardized reports as far as your trial balance is concerned. But if at all you have to create a balance sheet based on the requirement of your implementing partner, maybe he is carrying out a unique business. So he wants to have his own structured balance sheet. So whom does he look at? He looks at the finance consultant. So how does the finance consultant create the balance sheet? It is through a concept called as your financial statements. So what is this? Do not worry. So what is a financial statement? Designing of the basic financial reports is your financial statements. And how you design is called as your financial statement version. I'm just moving along with the slides. Okay. And just tell me if you're losing track of the topics which I have done. There are much more basic things which I need to cover, but I'm just waiting for the particular slides. Okay. So you see a very interesting line out here. Reconciliation accounts are general ledger accounts. So we already know this. I have also said in my Excel sheet. The reconciliation account is nothing but is also a general ledger account. Nothing different. But for which the transactions are automatically done. You do not have to enter that particular reconciliation account, general ledger account to debit or credit. It picks up, the system picks up on its own. Probably this concept you might not have understood, but I'll give you one example. Suppose I deal with 100 vendors. So what is reconciliation account? As far as AP is concerned, accounts payables is concerned, as a top level management person, I want to have my liabilities because I want to arrange for the funds to pay the vendors. So how do I get hold of the sundry creditors figure? It is through a reconciliation now. Correct? So now the reconciliation account is happening all the accumulation of the vendor balances. Suppose I have vendor number 1, vendor number 2, vendor number 3, vendor number 1000. Right? How do I get the summarization of all the cumulative balance of all the vendors? It is through the reconciliation account. I did not have to put in much efforts. Rather, the end user or the person who's extracting the report at the top level management position, he did not have to put in much efforts to get hold of this balances. Why? Because the consultant has automated the SAP system so very well that everything is happening in the background. Clear? That's what it says, automatically. You will not even be aware as to what is happening. But if you want to pick up the balances, it is automatically available to you. Clear? For each subledger, what is a subledger? Your individual customers or your individual vendors or your individual assets. Clear? Just skip this line for this current moment. But I'll tell you what this word means, account determination. Your account determination is nothing but the term used to communicate with the other modules. Especially when you're talking about the finance module, you are talking to the purchase module through some account determination. You're talking to the sales department through an account determination. You're getting the results of all this through the account determination. So what is this? This is just a concept. So if somebody asks you, how does the finance module talk to the other module? Simple 2 words, account determination. What is the process? What exactly is this account determination? So if at all I belong to the finance department, I want to talk to the payables department or to the receivable department. Yeah. How do I talk? I talk through the general ledger accounts, which is being designed for each area. For vendors, you have a separate set of general ledger accounts. For customers, you have a separate set of general ledger accounts. It is through this process where I create or put this general ledger accounts at the appropriate places so that the results are being automatically picked up. Again, and emphasizing on the word automatically. Now, do you appreciate SAP system? It is all the job done by the consultant. I will take a brief pause here. I'll come back to my Excel sheet. I just forgot to mention a very important point. You saw this, right? ADKMS, or at least ADK you saw. Can you see the same arrangement out when the document types are concerned? A stands for your assets, D stands for customers, K stands for your vendors, S stands for your general ledger, ADKMS. Is the rule satisfied here? See, there is a standardization as far as SAP following its own settings. You will not have a customer related document starting with something else apart from D. Yeah. So I just forgot to mention this interesting point, but now do you appreciate? General ledger, assets, customers, vendors. All right. Now, if you want me to add some more, I'll just add. So whenever you want to have a credit memo transaction with the customer, it is the relevant document types starting with D. So why I basically came down to this point is, so you should know how the product is designed. And this is the standardization of the SAP product. Everywhere this is being followed, everywhere. Yeah. Now you are able to connect the points, right? So let me just make a point out here. So account determination is the means by which the finance module talks to the other modules, communicates with the other modules, integrates with the other modules. It is a very broad definition. Yeah, just know this point. That's right. At the appropriate moment, I will also take you to have a deeper understanding as to what is account determination when we talk about the integration, right? So just have a reading on this. OK, I will skip the slides. Something interesting. Yeah. Now we have come to a point where we need to discuss something very, very basic to the finance module. Of course, all these are the basics of the finance module, whatever we have spoken. Now we have the company code. We have the chart of accounts. We have the chart of accounts being broken up or classified into various account groups. Now, the first and the most basic point. You have a company code, you have the set of general ledger accounts. How are you informing SAP that your
Right now, are you explaining using the Excel sheet or direct document?
Document.
Okay, sir. Okay. Student
Right.
have a query, so that's why I asked you.
Okay, yeah. It's a document which I'm showing you. How does the system know that your business entity or your company code is following which financial year? If I'm in India, if my business is in India, it is obviously following the April 1st to March 31st financial year. And if I've established or if I've opened my business in the other countries, it is the January to December. Through what concept am I linking the company code to this financial year? It is through a entity called as your fiscal year variant. Can you see on the top where I'm moving the cursor? Fiscal year variant. I'll just make a point out here. Now I'm showing the Excel sheet, Kunal. After this, actually it should have been before. Normally I would do this after the chart of accounts itself, but since I have gone in the flow of account groups, I will put this as the 7th point. Actually, the document and all comes later after this fiscal year and all. Okay. Now, anyway. Again, you will have to define the fiscal year variant. You will have to populate the fiscal year variant with the information. What is the information here? Your months. January, February, March, April, May, June. So this is the information which you need to populate within this particular variant. And finally, you will tell the SAP system that my company code is going to use this particular fiscal year variant. So what basically does a fiscal year variant do? Defines the defines the financial year of the business. Now, SAP has calendar year, fiscal year variant, non-calendar. So simple English, January to December. The non-calendar year variation could be our business, Indian business, April to March. Did you understand? So basically you have two variants of the fiscal year. One is a calendar year variant. The other one is a non-calendar year variant. Now, okay. I just seem to have missed one point while I was talking to you about the chart of accounts. I'm so sorry about that. Let me add that point. Sorry, dear students. Sorry, I'm just going back to the previous topic because I wanted to tell you one point. Now, as far as the company code is concerned, I said SAP has an inbuilt standard company codes identified by 0001 and 1000. You're aware of this. Okay. You may not have seen this in the SAP system, but you are at least aware of it theoretically. Do I have a standard as far as the chart of accounts is also concerned? Yes, you have a inbuilt chart of accounts called as INT, identified by INT. It's coded as INT, which stands for International Chart of Accounts. This is readily available to you. Yep. These entities, your 0001, your INT, they are readily available to you in any of the standard SAP systems. I just wanted to add this part. Yep. Similarly, When you talk about the standards, see, for every definition, you have a standard being available for you in the SAP system. Now, the calendar year, financial year variant, fiscal year variant is identified through a code. Normally it is K4, which indicates January to December. April to March financial year is identified or is recognized by the variant V3. So what are these K4 and V3? Why K4 and V3? SAP standards. We do not have any other answer but this. Standards, SAP standards. Just like you had the standard document types, you had the standard company code, you had the standard chart of accounts. Similarly, you have the standards as far as the fiscal year variant is also concerned. K4 indicates the Jan to December financial year of your business, and V3 indicates the April to March business scenario. Now, again, you will have to explicitly tell the SAP system that your legal entity, your company code is going to use these conditions. Now, suppose, so these are all, I say, standards. They are already available to you in SAP. And even in our live SAP projects, we use any one of these. Yeah, Kunal?
Yeah, can you increase the screen size or something like that? Because they are unable to view it.
Is this okay?
I don't know, sir, it is okay or not, because they are unable to see that. That's why students, Excel is not there. The current topic which sir is saying is available in the portal. Check your login and same portal is available on your Narjit platform.
No, this I am flashing the Excel sheet, Kunal. Now
Okay.
I'm showing them the Excel sheet. I have increased the size also.
Sure, sir.
Please ask them if they are able to see the Excel sheet clearly.
Are you able to see the Excel sheet is not visible, but its document is right now visible?
No, it is not the document, Kunal. I'm sharing the Excel sheet.
Excel sheet is not visible, sir.
Oh, then I will have to stop sharing and reshare.
Yeah, correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Now you're able to see the Excel sheet?
Yes, sir.
Now is it clear, students?
Yes, sir. It is clear, sir. Calendar year. Correct, sir.
The size is okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect, sir.
Perfect. So, sorry once again, students. I was talking to you about the fiscal year variant. So we just saw that in the slide, and I came down to the Excel sheet to explain the concept of what is a fiscal year variant. What is the purpose of your fiscal year variant? It defines the financial year of the business. So basically, how is it being categorized? Calendar year fiscal year variant, non-calendar year fiscal year variant. Just like I said, you have the standard company codes 0001. You have another standard company code 1000, which is already being developed by SAP itself. Similarly, when we spoke about the chart of accounts, you also have something called as the INT. The International Chart of Accounts, which is also a part of the standard SAP deliverable. This is being defined by SAP itself. INT. You will see this in the SAP system, in any of the SAP systems. Clear? Now coming back to, and you also saw the standard document types SA, AA, AF, DR, DZ. Clear? Now, coming to the standards as far as the fiscal year variant in SAP is concerned. You have these two variants being defined in SAP as a part of the standard system. K4 indicates the January to December financial year. V3 tells you that the business is following April to March financial year. How does the system understand? Here again, you have the variant principle. You define, you populate, and you assign. You assign the relevant company codes based on their business financial years to any of this financial year variant, fiscal year variants. Now, what will happen if there is a new business requirement saying that I am going to follow the financial year between July to June. One of my customers says that he follows the July 1st to June 30th, July 1st and June 30th. So is this also readily available? May or may not be. So if at all it is not available, if at all this fiscal year variant arrangement is not available in the SAP system, the consultant, the finance consultant goes about creating this variant. So he is the responsible person to create the fiscal year variant. Did you understand? So the finance consultant creates this particular, or it could be anything. September to August. This can also be one of the financial years which some businesses could follow. Could be. So this may not be readily available in your standard SAP system. So who is the owner to develop this particular information? It is the finance consultant who creates this particular information and assigns or attaches this information to the company code. Are you getting a brief understanding about, or maybe say a very superficial understanding about the topic fiscal year variant, why it is used, what is it, and why is it being used? Only these two I want you to understand. And also, is something readily available for me to use? Yes. You have the variants K4 and V3 satisfying your requirements. Clear? Just take a breather for 2 minutes. Try to understand what is happening. All right. Pause and just think if you have understood this particular . So now do you see how much of it you need to understand SAP conceptually even before you venture out into the system? Do you agree with me now? So as far as you people are concerned, since you're all finance professionals, you must and should understand, may not be, see, how this is being created, forget about it. You don't have to worry at the current moment, but at least what is it? What do I mean? What does somebody mean when he talks about the fiscal year variant? About the charts of accounts, about the account groups, about the company code, about the reconciliation account. Clear? So now you see how many concepts you have gone through. It could be only the fourth day. Do you see the topic increasing conceptually? The subject getting wider and wider as far as the concepts are concerned. And we have still not got into the SAP system. We are still in the process of understanding what it is made up of. As far as your finance module is concerned, what are the contents that a person must know? Not at the consultant level, definitely not. No, definitely not. At the very, very superficial level, at the user level, this is exactly what is expected to be understood. Interesting? Yes. Lots and lots more coming up. Okay. Hold on. See how beautifully the product is built. And look at the tremendous things what it has taken up, what it has considered. Has it left out any of the business concepts? At least the basic business concepts? Not at all. Yeah, do you agree with me? Now, let me just, okay. So this is about your fiscal year variant. Now I'm in the slides, Kunal. Are they able to see? So your months are also referred to as periods in SAP. Now you may. Okay, let me further give you more and more information when we really get into the other details of this particular topic. The fiscal year is divided into posting periods. What do I mean by posting periods? Your next topic is this, posting periods. The month in which I'm carrying out the transaction. Posting periods are, how do I describe this line? The fiscal year is divided into posting periods. The month in which I'm entering the transaction. Now I'm in, let me say, my business is in India and I follow the April to March financial year. Now my period has begun on the April 1st, 2025, and my financial year is going to close on March 31st, 2026. Now I'm in which month? I'm in the month of July. Correct. Today I am entering a transaction in SAP. So what is the period here? April is 1, May is 2, June is 3, July is 4. I'm entering into the fourth period of my financial year. Why fourth period? Because I'm following the April to March financial year. This is exactly what you mean by this line. A fiscal year is divided into posting periods. Each posting period is again defined by the start and end date of the particular month. So my posting period will remain as 4. All right. Till July 31st, 2025. 1st of August, the period changes to 5. April, May, June, July. August will become period number 5. As far as my financial year is concerned. Are you able to understand whatever I'm telling? Is that okay? Let me. Okay. So somebody has asked me to explain the INT-COA. Fine. As months are also referred to periods, how can we divide them into 16? I think as regards the screen, you're okay. You're all able to see that.
Yes, a K4 V3 that is visible.
No. I have shared the.
I think that you have set the sheet, set the entire screen. So whenever you do any changes, it will be reflect immediately.
That's okay, but what are you seeing currently? Are you seeing the Excel or are you seeing?
Calendar Excel sheet, calendar year January December K4, non-calendar year April March
No,
V3.
no, Kunal, no. I am actually showing the. Every time I need to do this. Okay.
If you do the specific now, it will not change. So set the whole screen.
I have shared the whole screen, Kunal.
Okay.
Okay, let me just recheck whatever I have done. Dear students, you are able to see the content, the course content, fiscal year and fiscal year variant 1/3. That is where I am. Can somebody please confirm?
So it is showing the definition 12 month, usually 12 month for which a company is required to
Absolutely,
provide.
absolutely. I'm at the right place. Fine. So a fiscal year is divided into posting periods. What is this posting period? Now, let me assume currently that you have the whole year being split into 12 months. And each month is referred to as a period. Generally, your general assumption is each month is one period. That's exactly what this line means. So if you enter a transaction as of today, what is today? We are in the month of July, correct? And I'm assuming that I'm carrying out the business in India and my financial year is between April to March. Now, in which posting period am I? I am in the posting month or the posting period number 4. Why? April is number 1, May is number 2, June is number 3, July is number 4. So when I advance after July 31st, 2025, my posting month or my posting period will change to 5. You're getting my point? Yeah, shall I pause here for a minute or two so that you'll be in a position to understand?
Perfect, sir. Perfect, sir.
Okay, continuing on this. Each posting period is defined by a start and the end date of that particular posting period. Now, my posting period is from the date 1/7/2025, 1st July 2025, and will remain as 4 till 31st of July 2025. So this is the start and the end date. Did you understand? In this case, there is a very, very important statement. Before you can carry out any transactions, you have to define the posting periods. What do you mean by this? Now suppose I am closing my books of accounts on a monthly basis. Okay, my business needs to close the books of accounts every month. Now every month is still the posting period. The definition has not changed. But let us say today being the 9th of July, I get a transaction or I get a document which needs to be accounted. And this accounting document is belonging to the month of June. So can I actually enter the transaction as of June today? Ideally, I should not, because I have already closed the books of accounts for June. So how do I control whether I can enter the transaction for a specific month or cannot enter a transaction for a specific month? Is through a posting period. No doubt the fiscal year has not changed. Fiscal year is still between April and March, April to March. In that financial year, I am closing the books of accounts every month. In April, I close for 1 month. May, I close the books of accounts for 1 month. Clear? Did you understand the scenario? And did you understand these lines? Clear? So how do I control? See, the system cannot accept June's posting date as of today, because we are already in the month of July. Clear? So how can I control that in my SAP system? It is through a concept called as, I am back to the Excel sheet, Kunal. I am controlling whether I can transact for any specific period through something called as I'm in the Excel sheet, students. I have just in bold, I have written posting period variant. Can somebody please confirm? So what do I achieve by the posting period variant? So through this posting period variant, I control to what accounting period or for the accounting time I'm entering the transaction. Students, I have focused on the Excel sheet. I hope you're all able to see that. Control the months or the period of transactions is what screen I am presenting it. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. Now, so the fiscal year variant controls the year of accounting, and the posting period variant controls within the fiscal year variant in which month am I or in which accounting period I'm entering the transactions. Now I'm going back to the course content. I'm going back to the where I have highlighted before you can post documents, that line I have highlighted. All right. So I'm in that particular document in your course content. Can you see a very interesting line? In addition to the normal posting periods, you can define special periods for the year-end closing only. So the next line which continues is, in accounting, you can have a fiscal year with a maximum of 16 posting periods, that is inclusive of the special posting periods. Yeah. Concentrate on the number 16. Clear? And maximum of 16 posting periods. I'm shifting to the Excel sheet. And somebody in the Q&A section has also asked, how 16 periods? How can a year have 16 periods? Logical question, right? And these special posting periods are used only in the accounts closing, year closing. Why has SAP given you this particular feature? What do you mean by special posting periods? So now you have 12 regular months. Regular months, be it any fiscal year. If you talk about K4, it is January, February, March, like that up to December, 12 months. If you talk about April to March, April, May, June, July, goes on till March next year. So 12 regular months, normal months. Now, what is the special months, special posting periods? And in the course content, it also said only during the year closure. You're not going to use the special posting periods anywhere else. Correct? Now, why? Now, imagine a scenario where you are closing the books of accounts for the year 2024-2025. So when is the last day of the reporting? This was the last reporting day, accounting day, as far as this particular financial year is concerned. Are you getting my points? Now, do you really think that there will be no transactions pertaining to this year after this date? Do you agree that there will be transactions even after the year ends, even after 31st of March 2025? There could be still some transactions happening for the year 2024, 1st of April 2024 to March 31st, 2025. You're with me, right, on that, right? Perfect. Why do you think there are transactions after 31st of March? Under what circumstances? Now, once my business closes its books of accounts on the last day of the financial year, what do I do with this books of accounts? What do I immediately do? If at all there is a requirement for me to submit my accounts to my head office, I do that. Or if my head office gives me the permission to carry out an audit, immediately after having the results of the particular financial year, I hand over the statements to the auditor. Here. So the auditor goes through your books of accounts and maybe, let us say he issues some entries as on this date, 15th of April 2025, he issues some entries to be passed to rectify the statements. So to which year does this entries pertain to? It pertains to the year for which you have already closed the transactions. Now in SAP, how do you enter these transactions as advised by the auditor? So in this case, the normal posting periods have ended on 31st of March, so you can no longer use. So in this case, you use the concept of something called as special posting period to accommodate the increase as advised by the requisite authorities. It could be your tax people, it could be your head office, it could be your auditor, it could be your commercial department of the government. So to accommodate all such entries pertaining to the concluded financial year, you make use of the concept called as special posting periods. I hope now you have got the concept of what is a special posting period. Now, as far as the number of special posting periods is concerned, SAP allows a maximum of 4 special periods. Only 4, not more than 4. So how much is 12 plus 4? So totally, including the special periods, you have 16 periods, 12 regular periods of postings and 4 special periods. Now, are you in a position to understand the difference between the regular periods and your special periods? Saw the subject being very, very interesting. Lots of things for you to think about, right? See, I saw a question. In SAP, backdated postings are also allowed. Not in all the businesses. Not all. Yes, you're right. I agree with you that the backdated postings are also allowed. But as I said, if I'm closing the books of accounts every month, will SAP accept any transaction pertaining to the June month as of now? What if a company has 15 months as a financial year? Oh my God. I have never seen any business coming up with this requirement. 15 months. What are the other 3 months? Why could it be 15 months? No. My first question is, why 15 months as a posting, as a financial year? What are those 3 extra years? What are the 3 extra months? You have only 12 months, right? Whether you take between, you take up anything. You take up April to March, or maybe say even from January to December. You have 15 months in a year. You have only 12 months. However you look at it. However you look at it. You cannot have 15 months in a financial year. I hope I have answered your question. Please refer my earlier question. What is your earlier question? Three months is next quarter. Now, even when you're talking about quarters, you have only 4 quarters, right? 4 into 3, 12. How can it exceed 12? How can you have 15 months in a year? Is my first question. I'll come back to audit trail. Just hold on. Companies start in the month of January and the financial year. Okay. Now, another interesting concept. One Surya has asked, suppose my company was founded on the 1st of January 2024, or rather 2025. And I follow the Indian financial year. I close the books of accounts every 31st of March. Surya, what are you doing on the 31st of March 2025?